Members of the opposition held a news conference yesterday expressing the concerns regarding the government's efforts in handling the COVID-19 pandemic. Opposition leader Belden Namah says the government must not use the appropriate funding for political gain.
These four have knowingly placed thousands of lives at risk by ignoring their true responsibilities to our people, by using the coronavirus crisis as a smokescreen for their corrupt deals. Why I say as their corrupt deal? There's already revelations coming out by the own treasurer, Ian Linstaki, in a recorded videotape interview.
Shadow Health Minister and Rabaul MP Dr. Allan Marat outlined that under the recent SOE Act tabled on the floor of Parliament, there is no provision of an independent audit into the spending of funds during the state of emergency. He says the government must learn from other developed nations and make decisive decisions. Marat says the government must not lose sight of its efforts in climbing out of the debt hole created by the previous regime.
What the opposition is fearing is now happening. Government using COVID-19 as an opportunity for political corruption in the absence of provisions for audit in both the emergency acts and regulations. Secondly, government using COVID-19 funds for political cronies involving the millions of Kina released by the government to fund this pandemic, being swiftly absorbed into huge numbers of hired vehicles and media consultants. And thirdly, personal protective equipments and medical kits, including testing kits, were secondary to this government.
Speaking yesterday, Prime Minister James Marape said a strategic framework is being put together by key government agencies to advise the government on what approaches to take during the declared state of emergency. PM Marape says this is being finalized and announcements will be made toward the end of this week. He says the government is doing its best to overcome the impacts of the pandemic.
Our ability and capacity in our health system is not there to contain corona that is caused by unrestricted movement. Our first and foremost intention is to ensure that we don't have people moving around unnecessarily. And the new normal will be coming out in very not too distant future. In that new normal, businesses will flow. In the new normal, hopefully schools will start again. In the new normal, hopefully the greater function of our country will come back to life. But the 2 months of SOE gives opportunity for citizens of our country to live within order.
Jack Jr., National MTV News.